So, talk to me about the top tips that you're seeing agents use to build their business.
Well, okay, so I think look, real estate is hard right now. It's hard. Okay. And I know everybody wants to be like, it's okay. And this is a normal market. La, la, la. It's hard. Okay. It's hard right now. It's been hard this is our third year of hard. Okay. And whenever it gets hard, we all have a tendency to kind of start looking around at what could we do differently to to build some transactions into our pipeline, right? I get a ton of calls about geofarming, which geofarming is a great tool to build a real estate business. It could be, I typically tell realtors you need to have four businesses in your pipeline, okay, or four lines of business, okay. So your database, you can do geofarming, you could have some investors, you can have something, okay. So four lines of business to keep your pipeline full. And one of the things that is very common right now is for realtors to look at geofarming. But geofarming look, it's not an instant payoff. That's a 9 to probably 12-month road of really plugging into a neighborhood and becoming part of the neighborhood in order for you to be able to do it successfully. Can it be done successfully? Yes. But is that the payoff that you need for your pipeline right now? Because I know the stat last year, 71% of agents never did a transaction. That's a nationwide stat from NAR. This year, we're looking at in the 90 percentile of agents that have not done a transaction. So your biggest gift right now to get a transaction going in your pipeline is your database. Let's focus on your database, okay? And making sure that what you're doing with your activities is farming out of people, your circle of friends or the people that know them, right? The people that know, like you, and trust you already. So when a realtor calls me about geofarming, I want to back up a step, okay, and say, are you doing everything you can do to farm your database? Because that is going to be your immediate payoff. And I will say, inevitably, when they say no, and I say, okay, let's focus in on how you've structured your database. The first question I ask is, do you have a CRM? And do you know how many no's I get? Do you know how
Oh,
many no's I
oh,
get?
working for a CRM company, I know exactly how many no's you get. And yeah, the number of times I've been at, networking events or trade shows and I've asked an agent like, "Hey, so what are you using for CRM?" And they're like, "My iPhone." And I'm like, "That's not
Yeah,
like that's like your
that's not a
iPhone,
CRM.
like you're using a CRM on your iPhone." No, 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 I'm using Apple Contacts. I'm like, "Oh, buddy."
Yeah, no.
Uh, yeah.
No, and look, a lot of people have to start as something incredibly budget friendly. I understand that, right? When you're first starting in the business, it's very expensive to be a realtor. So if you can leverage some tools that are free to you, like a spreadsheet, like your contact, okay, I get it. But at some point, you have to graduate and you have to understand that all the money that you've already paid was just to get you to be a realtor. Now you have to invest something in your business and it needs to start with a CRM. I am I believe I'm the number one CRM user at Fidelity on the web-based platform. I'm not the number one app user. I talked to her and she's amazing. But I know I'm number one, at least in my division. And so I am very diligent about leveraging my CRM because you can't scale without a CRM and you can't keep up with everybody in your database without a CRM. So being incredibly disciplined. And look, I know it's boring. It's terrible. It's terrible work. We all want to be out having fun, connecting with people, going to meetings and all of this kind of stuff, but you got to do the background work to get you there. And so Fidelity has few CRM products available to us. And that's when I bring in Real Geeks a lot because you guys are very good at the individual producer or small team producer. So you're a really good fit for that mid-level producer that just really needs to get things going in an upward trajectory. The price point is good. The CRM is robust. And it's less work for them to do because you built it out in a way that makes it easy for agents to use. So they plug in, you've got a lot of automatic things that already happen for them, and they can have their database working for them while they're going to the meetings, while they're working with their face-to-face contacts. And that's really important. And when we talk about database, we're not just talking about the people that you interact with physically, right? We're talking about the people that you interact with on social media and people that need to find you online and having your website set up and having your CRM set up. All of this is the complete, SOI, database that you're looking for to help push leads into your pipeline.